Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. I was going to say good evening, but it's not. It's good morning. It's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. It's nearly 0400. Got to get out of that. I've got to stop saying 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. or just 4 o'clock in the morning. It's just ingrained in you, I think, the 24-hour clock with it being military, ex-military and everything like that. It's just sort of comes out naturally. So yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm in Allington. I've just done perfectly in record time again. I think I was only there for about 40 minutes, but I did manage to eat my lunch at a nice steady pace instead of throwing it all down my throat because the idiots were tipping me in record time. But yeah, 45 minutes I was there. So I managed to get my break in. I've cleared my taco and now I can head off back to Tamworth at a nice steady pace, and I might even stop on the way and get another bit of a snooze. I don't know yet. I've got to figure that out. I did. Well, first of all, a massive warm welcome to you all back to the channel, and I say every time that I come on the channel and I record that it is an absolute honour to have you as part of this channel, as part of my journey, and following me and still subscribing. I actually think it's absolutely fantastic, and smash that subscribe button even more. We'll get some more figures and some more comments. That'd be absolutely amazing. Love to hear from you. I really would. Now, I did harp on a bit about my father and his situation and mental health and being a big issue, and it is a big issue in this day and age. It's more so now than what it was way back in the 80s, way even back before then, when trying to cure the mind was sort of a medieval medicine back in those days. But now I think things are different. We tend to talk a lot more. The treatment's a lot more subtle, and the treatment's a lot more humane. Back in the day, it was, you know, you've all seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and all that, so you can imagine exactly what it was like. Luckily enough, my father didn't go through that, but he still, you know, went through a lot before his time ended. And he died at 52, very young for his age. I thought, and I'm 57, so when I got to the age of 52, I kept wondering, is it hereditary? Is it hereditary to have like a mental issue, a mental breakdown or something? But I think that's just brought on by yourself and your own mind, and either in your conscious or your subconscious mind that either devours you, eats you up. But at the end of the day, ultimately, you are in control of yourself. You're in control of your own feelings, and that's something that my dad never managed to conquer. It conquered him more than anything. So yeah, I was sort of fretting a bit, but I've surpassed that now. Obviously, I've gone through quite traumatic times in my life. I've witnessed the death of a person. I actually witnessed him being killed, which was a very traumatic time in my life. To witness something like that, as traumatic as that, as brutal as that, you know, it does bring on some kind of, well, I still believe that I've got some form of PTSD. And every time because the guy in question that I'm talking about got hit by a van. He was behind a car putting a bird of prey that had been injured into the boot of his car, and a van undertook a truck at speed and hit him. And I witnessed it. I saw him go underneath the car, underneath the van, roll a few times, and as I come to a stop, his body was right in front of me. So you know, you still get flashbacks. I still get flashbacks when I drive past the spot where it happened, and I always try to avoid that particular road as well. And sometimes it's out of my control. I can't help it but go past that spot. So I do get flashbacks now and again. I still get flashbacks from when I was in the military as well. It's amazing how the mind works. It's a very complex organ, and like I say, I still get crikey, I still get flashbacks from when I was in Isle of Wight back in 1987, I think it was. I went. Well, I will tell you what it was about. A friend of mine. I was in the Territorial Army at the time, and I spent 4 years in the TA before I joined the military, and we did an annual camp in the Isle of Man. And a very good friend of mine, he was well into his magic mushrooms, and he bought a load along with him, and we experimented. It was the only time that I've ever had any, and it's obviously we all know it's LSD. I was only about 18. It was just before I joined the army. I think I was about 18, 19, and we tried them. There were three of us, and I still have flashbacks from then. I can still remember quite vividly what my visions were like, what my hallucinations were like. It's incredible what the memory can restore, or what the mind can restore. So yeah, that was a part of my life. I mean, looking back on it, it was bloody stupid. It really was. But it was only the TA. What are they going to do? Kick us out just because we're weekend warriors? I don't know, but it was a laugh. It was such a laugh. Something that will never ever be repeated again, ever. But it's like everything else in our walks of life. We've got to try these things. Crikey, we're not all saints, or are we? And I could have done worse things than that. I could have become an alcoholic. I could be injecting things in my arm and stuff like that. But I didn't. When I joined the army, I sort of grew up. I had to. It was a big boys' army then, and totally different army to what it is now. So yeah, and then obviously once you get promoted, you start getting a bit more responsibility. You start becoming a bit more grown up, and that's what I did. I just wanted to get high up on the rank structure, and I did eventually. And then I took redundancy after 23 years, and then I got this job as trucking. It's not my ideal job. It's not the job that I want for the rest of my life until I retire. I don't want that. This is what I'm trying to get out of, and this is why I've started my own online business, to get away from this, because it swallows up time. I see my grandson once a week, if I'm lucky. Well, yeah, I do once a week on a Sunday. We have a family gathering. I do Sunday dinner almost every Sunday. I normally get a respite about every 3 months, I think. My wife and the girls will take over, and it gives me a bit of a rest then. But other than that, I'm cooking Sunday dinner for when the family comes round, and that's probably the only time I ever get to see my grandson. And I'd like to think that when he gets a bit older, and I've already mentioned it before, I think in the past, he's going to be my little prodigy. I missed a lot of time with my granddaughter because she lives up in Nottingham, and yeah, we could have travelled up there. Me and my wife could have travelled up there, but it's just getting the time to do it. And like I say, the job and life in general just swallows all time up. We don't get enough time to do the things that we want to do. Hence why I started this online business, why I started this journey with Modern Wealth, is because I want to get out of this trade. I want to get out of this job, and I hope I do. I really do. I'd love to sit here one day and say, this is my last day as a trucker, and for thousands of you to follow in my footsteps, to get away from your job. That's what I'd love to do more than anything in the world, is to see people strive for their own dreams and desires and not have to work a 9 till 5. That's my end game. That's what I want at the end of the day. And I will sit here one day and say, this is my last day as a trucker. I will do. Don't know when it'll happen, But it will happen. It will definitely happen. I'm sure it will. I can feel it in my bones, and there's something there that is going to click, and that is it. That is when I can actually put down tools and go and live the lifestyle that I want to live on my terms, not on anybody else's terms, not work for somebody else's pay packet, not have to worry about looking at my bank account and transferring funds from one to another savings account. That's not what I want. I want to live the lifestyle that I want, and I will in the future. I definitely will. Right, I'm gonna head back and take a nice slow drive back, and I'm probably going to stop for an hour anyway and probably get some breakfast. Don't know yet. We'll wait and see. But thanks for listening, guys. I say this at the end of every video. Watch out, look out for yourself, watch out for those lunatics, because they are all over the place. Trust me, they are. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, please. Leave me a comment about anything that I've spoken about. And if you're really interested and you want to make something of yourself, if you want to challenge yourself, and you've got the knowledge or you've got the willingness to learn something new, I'll do it again. I'll drop a link at the bottom for Modern Wealther, and you can watch there's a load of free videos that you can watch that will explain to you how you can start your own online business, something that you own and something that you can control, something that's yours. So yeah, that's me, guys. I'll see you for my third shift tomorrow. God knows where I'm going, but I'll be going somewhere. So take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.